Christian Horner, though, has come out and said that Red Bull needs to sit down with Sergio Perez after a shocker of a race at the Qatar Grand Prix. Sergio Perez had another frustrating weekend as he added just 1 point to his collection after the Qatar Grand Prix. Perez also failed to finish the sprint after being involved in the collision. Christian Horner has said, though, that he will sit down with Sergio Perez after the Mexican had a shocker of a race at the Qatar Grand Prix. Perez qualified 13th, but started from the pit lane as Red Bull elected to change his power unit before Sunday's Grand Prix. In the sprint race on Saturday, he started in 8th and was involved in the collision when trying to pass Esteban Ocon and Nico Hülkenberg going into turn 2. Things did not get better for Perez in the main race, as he was given 3 5-second time penalties for exceeding track limits and was lapped by his teammate Max Verstappen. He finished in 10th place to increase his lead over Lewis Hamilton in the battle for second in the Drivers' Championship to 30 points. Checo has had a bit of a shock of a race. He's had a horrible weekend, the incidents on Saturday, and unfortunately 3 time penalties in the race as well. Without those penalties, he would have been a lot further up in the point scoring on a day that Lewis didn't score, so a missed opportunity to really try and cement that second place in the Drivers' Championship. We just need to try and get that form back that he showed at the beginning of the season. We need to know what he's got within him. Nothing has really fundamentally changed that much. He's got into a bit of a spiral and needs to put the brakes on that, reset, and use this period with the 2 weeks to come back in Austin, another sprint weekend, and really attack it. Do the best that he can and extract the most out of himself. Sergio Perez went onto social media to say a weekend when nothing worked out for us. First of all, I want to thank my entire team at Red Bull Racing for very much getting my car ready on time. We have the best mechanics in the world. Let's think about the closing. There are still 5 very important races left, and we are going to try our best in those last few races of the season. Certainly, that pressure is going to be mounting now on Sergio Perez to up his form in Formula 1. Otherwise, you do have to think he is under a lot of pressure to lose that Formula 1 seat, with a lot of drivers in the wings waiting for that. Daniel Ricciardo will certainly be putting a lot of pressure on Red Bull as well to get into that seat. I think a lot of pressure is also coming now from Helmut Marko, as I don't think he has a lot of patience for his drivers not performing. As well as when you have to think he's in a really, really competitive seat. He's in arguably the most competitive Formula 1 car in history of the Formula 1 sport. They've taken every single race win. They've taken 17 out of 18 race wins so far in the season. And Sergio Perez has only taken 1 of those, to my knowledge. Max Verstappen being absolutely dominant this year. And sure, I understand Max Verstappen is possibly on another level to Sergio Perez right now. Then, sure, Max Verstappen takes all the race wins, but you still have to think Sergio Perez should be able to finish second in every single Grand Prix race weekend with that car. It is so dominant over the rest of the field, and he has not been able to keep up that pace, unfortunately. Very disappointing for him, but I'm really hoping that he will be able to pick up his pace and re-find his form for next season, because I would really hate for Sergio Perez to lose that seat and to lose that opportunity to race for Red Bull in Formula 1.